Today, we invite you on an exciting journey to discover one of the most unique and distinctive peoples of the African continent, the Himba. For many centuries, despite the challenges of time, the Himba have carefully preserved their authentic culture and traditions, staying true to the heritage of their ancestors and showing remarkable resilience. In this video, we will not only try to unveil the mystery, but also dive into their history, study their origins, and understand the difficult path they have traveled to adapt to the changing conditions of the world. So, who are the Himba? This people who speak the Himba language, a member of the Bantu linguistic group, is a fascinating cultural phenomenon. While many of the Bantu peoples who have spread across large areas of Africa have undergone significant cultural changes due to external influences, the Himba have managed to preserve many elements of their ancestral heritage intact. This remarkable conservatism, combined with a deep connection to tradition, makes their culture especially valuable to humanity as a whole. According to anthropologists and ethnographers, the migration of the Himba ancestors to what is now Namibia and southwestern Angola may have begun several thousand years ago, although some researchers place the process around 500 years ago. It is speculated that their ancestors were the Ochongo people, who were part of a larger confederation of tribes living in Central Africa. The roots of Himba culture therefore lie deep in the past, linking them to the ancient civilizations of the African continent and attesting to the long history of its people. The Himbas have probably encountered various tribes and peoples along their long and arduous journey, and their history, like that of any other ethnic group, has not been free of conflicts, wars, and clashes over resources. However, despite all the difficulties and challenges, the Himba have managed to maintain their unique identity and culture without losing any of the important elements of their identity. This is a testament to their extraordinary resilience, their ability to adapt to difficult circumstances, and their deep commitment to their heritage. The early migrations of the Himba were part of a broader process of movement of peoples that spanned almost the entire African continent. Historians believe that the Himba lived in a very small country with a very high standard of living, originally in Central Africa, but about 500 years ago, they began their migration south. The reasons for this migration could have been various factors, such as climate change, environmental degradation in the areas where they lived, an increase in conflicts with other tribes, and the simple need to find new pastures for their livestock. Around the 16th century, the Himba settled in the northern part of present-day Namibia, near the border with Angola, where they still live, maintaining their traditional way of life and ties to their historical homeland. The new homeland of the Himba, the Namib Desert, is an extremely difficult and harsh environment, characterized by extreme conditions, high temperatures that can reach 50 degrees Celsius in the summer months, very scarce rainfall in the form of infrequent and short showers, and extremely challenging agricultural conditions. However, the Himba, as a people with an extraordinary ability to adapt, have found their own way to survive by developing unique methods that allow them to thrive in such harsh conditions. They have become pastoralists and nomads and depend on their animals, especially sheep, goats, and cattle, as well as the natural resources provided by the desert. Their lives are closely tied to the cyclical nature of the seasons and the movement of their herds, which has allowed them to maintain their economic and social structure for many generations. It is an admirable fact that, despite many trials, difficulties, and challenges, the Himba have been able to maintain their ancient traditions and rich culture. This is a true feat in the face of constant changes and the growing influence of the outside world. In the 21st century, the Himba continue to use their traditional agricultural methods and maintain unique customs in areas such as marriage, child rearing, religious beliefs, folklore, and social organization. This makes their culture especially valuable and significant for understanding the diversity of human civilization. One of the most important aspects of Himba culture is their great art in caring for livestock, especially sheep and goats, which play a central role in their lives. Herding is not only the foundation of their economy and livelihood, but also an integral part of their spiritual and social life. The knowledge and techniques of livestock farming passed down from generation to generation ensure their survival in the harsh desert environment. For the Himba, livestock is not just a source of food and income, but also an important measure of social status and an essential element in the rituals and ceremonies that accompany all significant events in the lives of the tribe's members. Himba women, who hold a special position in society, are the guardians of ancestral traditions and customs. They continue to color their skin and hair with red ochre, derived from natural minerals. This procedure has a significant impact on the lives of the tribe members. Complex and laborious, it is not just an element of aesthetics and decoration, but it carries a deep symbolic meaning that expresses their inseparable connection with nature and the spiritual world. Red ochre, according to Himba beliefs, has magical powers, protects against evil forces, is a symbol of vitality and fertility, and also serves to shield them from the scorching sun and harsh climate. This way of coloring themselves also highlights their ethnicity and distinguishes them from other peoples. The traditional attire of Himba women is also worth mentioning. It consists of a leather loincloth, copper jewelry, shells, animal bones, beads, and various amulets. The variety and quantity of jewelry can indicate a woman's social status, age, and marital status. Himba hairstyles are also part of their unique cultural identity. They can be very elaborate and varied, and their shape can change depending on the woman's age and social status. Various materials are used to create elaborate hairstyles, such as ochre, fat, herbs, and natural fibers. The life of the Himba is closely tied to their traditional beliefs and rituals. Their religious beliefs are based on ancestral worship and religion, and the worship of the supreme god, whom they call Mukuru. The natural forces and spirits of the desert also play an important role in their spiritual life. They have various ceremonies, rituals, and festivals that accompany all the important events in their lives, such as birth, adulthood, marriage, and death. These rituals help them maintain social cohesion and strengthen their connection with their ancestors and the spiritual world. However, despite their resilience and commitment to tradition, the Himba have not been able to escape the influence of global processes and modern changes. With the onset of colonization in South Africa and the subsequent spread of Western culture, the Himba have faced new challenges, sometimes very serious ones. Today, their society is at the crossroads of two worlds, the traditional and the modern, which raises difficult questions about maintaining their identity in the face of globalization and the ever-accelerating technological advancements. Modern technologies, such as education, access to media, urban job opportunities, and internet communication, offer the Himba new opportunities and perspectives. However, these processes also pose risks to the Himba, associated with the loss of traditional values and changes in lifestyles. Many young people, in search of education or more comfortable living conditions, leave their original settlements, which creates certain difficulties for the preservation of culture and the transmission of knowledge to future generations. However, the Himba continue to demonstrate their unique strength, their commitment to their traditional values, and their ability to adapt to changing circumstances. The Himba culture is not just a set of customs, rituals, and ceremonies, but a complex and profound philosophy of life that has been carefully passed down from generation to generation. The history of this unique people, their migrations, their adaptation to life in the harsh desert environment, and their struggle to maintain their identity is an inspiring example of resilience, strength, and respect for their roots. The history of the Himba is one of survival, identity, and deep respect for traditions that go back a long way. Even though the world around them is constantly changing, the Jimbas remain faithful to their culture, showing us that even in the most difficult circumstances, it is possible to remain connected to their past and the values that form the foundation of their society. They demonstrate that preserving cultural heritage is essential for sustainable development and harmonious coexistence in a diverse world. Thank you for watching. We hope this video has helped you get to know the incredible Himba tribe, their unique culture, and their complex history better.